By the way, join
Wait,
doesn't have it.
don't stop. We are live. We are live. And yes, we are live, and I hope everybody can hear me. And we have our guest. Who is it? We know who it is. It's Don. He's coming in right now. There you go.
How do
How
all?
do all?
How you doing?
Do we
Can
have?
you
We
he-
have a.
Can you hear me? Yeah, I got to turn that thing off so you don't hear the echo. I have to turn that thing on so they can hear the sound from the countdown.
Okay. So okay, I thought. Hey Nelson, yes, the Ravens were spectacular last night to a
Oh
degree.
my!
On offense, defense, they didn't show up.
No, last two games really. But here's what I do. You might get pissed off about it, but I go on. I know you're not Facebook, but I go on there before the game, getting ready to watch the Ravens lose. Right. Then I have this childhood friend I reconnected with in the last year. Right. So and he lives in Texas now, so he kind of gives me a bunch of BS whatever. But I kind of tell him I'm doing it for reverse psychology thing, because if I talk good about them, they're going to lose for sure.
Right there, you go.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, of course I want them to win. I'm bad mouth Lamar Jackson, but I tell you what, my dog won't go nowhere near me today. I was screaming so much yesterday. I watched it right in here, right on my monitor, and it was an unbelievable
Ravens
game.
games are tough on the dogs, man.
Oh my gosh, this is one of the. It's got to be one of the best, certainly one of the top five they're talking about Monday Night Football games ever.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Well,
my
I didn't
God.
drink a drop. It was the first I haven't watched a Ravens game and not got inebriated for a long time. It was interesting watching because it just when they had two 14-point leads and blew them
Yeah,
both, and
right.
then they fell behind.
Should have been a 15-point lead. He missed that extra point. But I mean, but their defense, there was no defense. The only defensive play was the interception, which maybe
Right.
that's why we won the game, because we did score a touchdown out of that.
Didn't sack him once. That's amazing.
No,
Because
but
it's not like he gets rid of the ball real fast like Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger gets rid of the ball in like 2 seconds
right,
on
right,
average.
yeah. If you notice,
That guy hang
the real good quarterbacks that have a quick release.
right. Well,
Brady.
but Roethlisberger gets rid of the ball so he didn't get hit. He's on his
Oh
last
yeah,
legs,
yeah,
man. This
yeah,
should
yeah.
be Ben should call it quits after this year. Hey Nelson, I'm glad. I hope you're still here. I finally got. I was subscribed to the wrong Nelson Rodriguez.
I know we all were, because
I've
we
noticed that in
thought
the comments
there's
on
this
the video.
professional guitarist. He's unbelievable. It's not that. It's not this
Right.
Nelson Rodriguez.
But I like
we
it.
all
Got
we
good
all thought
stuff.
it was. Yeah, got mixed up. But
He's got a lot of. I've been watching. I'm slowly weaving myself through his channel. He's got more than a few. There's a Larry from Laura's Guitars.
hi
Rich
Lars,
Rick. Is it Rick
Hefner.
Hefner? Hefner, how you doing, Rick?
Hi Rick and Nelson and
Oh, Guitar
Hack.
Hack's in there.
The hack, the hack.
Hey, Hack. I was
And
telling Mitch that I was on the computer and I said, oh, the Hack Shack. And then dinner was ready. So I went and ate dinner and watching TV. And I came back and Hack Shack was still hacking.
yeah, I was surprised he was on that late, because lately he's been coming on real early, and it was
Yeah.
late today. I
Cool.
called him, but because I'm sitting here, I'm up all hours of the night. Sometimes I don't get to bed until 4 or 5 o'clock, or between 3 and 4 or whatever. Sometimes, but I get up at 9 or 10. I don't sleep pretty much past that. Then I'm in here. But we went out today because we got, I don't know what you're expecting in Baltimore, but I don't think it could
I
be.
think you're going to get more than I don't.
We
You
could
might get hit. You could get it.
we
You could
could
get
get
6
hit
inches to a foot. I think we're going
a
to get
foot
the
and a
max.
half here.
Yeah, we're supposed to get the small part of it. That I'm south of Baltimore, so they say
Right, right.
anyway, who knows? Yeah, it's not an exact science.
Well, we got an inch yesterday, not on the streets.
Did
It was
you
on oh yeah, on the grass.
really?
And on the cars, yeah, yeah.
Well, it's cold out
And
there.
and it's terrible now. I got to take my dog out. I hate that. Anyway, but
If I keep my hands,
my hands are getting a little chilly. I need to warm up a little bit.
nice fireplace.
Yeah, nice to have a fireplace.
Now, was that hard moving that tree over to the other side of the room with it being all decorated and everything?
Oh, it's terrible, man. My back's killing me. But
Love the Christmas tree.
my telecast, I was saying before we went live, and I think I told Hack, I was having a problem with the 14th fret fretting out on the E string. I mean, if I plucked it straight without bending it was fine. But as soon as I bend it, it was like nothing, no sustainer, nothing. And I just don't have patience. Where I need to learn how to work on that stuff. Maybe I don't have tool. I like to have the tool like the rocker to see it straight or whatever.
Yeah.
Learn how to do all that stuff. Especially, I think those are one of the easiest guitars to work on. Telecaster. But
Well, all that guitar, all those tools, that's another rabbit hole.
yeah,
Because you got it. You got the level, and then you got the fret, the thing that cover the fret, so you can whatever they steel wool them and to polish them and.
it's not like I can't do it. I mean, I just don't have any patience, but I'm sure I could do it. But yeah, you know what I need?
Does Hack have the same Telecaster that you have?
He does. We have the same one.
Hack,
Actually, I got it.
Where's the truss rod adjustment on your telly? Is it on the by the nut, or is it down where the neck goes into the body?
I forget.
Because on my Telecaster, you got to take the neck out. That's a dumb. I mean, that must take hours to get it right. If you have to put it back, screw the neck back in and then test it, and got to turn it some more. Now we got to take the neck back out.
Sound like on my EVH, it's just got a little wheel on the bottom there.
I don't know why they don't all do that. But the traditionals, it's at the nut. Okay, well that's easy to adjust then.
Yeah,
but how much to adjust? That's not easy.
I did it once on my PRS and it worked out good actually.
Is that right?
It worked out good.
Cool.
But since then, Frank C had it a couple months ago. He did a setup and it worked out good. Now on this, I did download some some backing tracks. Yeah, because I was going on and again, everything said they weren't free. But I did find on the T whatever one I did find TY.
You got to reach. I
found some
YT Jam Tracks, Sebastian Zunu, Usher.
I think the first one I found some free ones. So
but the thing is if you start watching backing tracks when you turn on YouTube, when you turn your computer and hit YouTube, depending on the way it comes up for me, I've got all these different boxes. I can choose what videos to watch. Mm-hmm. Before and the more you watch, the more that YouTube offers to you. So what you got to do is on one of their video on a backing track, you might read the whole description because a lot of these guys, I mean, the descriptions as long as Metalhead Hippies, or if it doesn't say it, just to be safe, go to the home channel of the backing track and go to the about, and a lot of times they have it in there. And
I think all the ones that say completely free. So
some of these guys like Sebastian Zanino and Mikey at YT Jam Tracks, I throw them a bone every once in a while on PayPal, but I'm not paying somebody, and I don't want a bunch of backing tracks in my computer. I can go to YouTube and get the back, YouTube on the computer, out of my computer into my PA system. I don't.
You know what
I'm
I do?
Not paying anybody. Unless I want to pay them.
I download the actual videos from YouTube.
Oh, do you? See, I don't do
Hey, Paul. There's a bunch of
how you doing, man?
Hi, Paul. There's a bunch of freeware programs out there, and I use the one I use. This works pretty good most of the time. It's called 4K Video Downloader. Works pretty well. And,
Oh, hey, listen. You and I, we were talking about, before we came on, we were in the green room, and talking to Mitch and about Cheddar. We were talking a little bit about
Oh no,
Cheddar.
I
No,
don't
no,
want
I'm
to.
not going to get in. But he just put
Yeah,
up a
okay.
video. He put up a video. The guy, he's a very improved player now.
Oh yeah, the
He can
blues
play.
one.
Yeah.
It was up there for a little bit. I
Oh, was
commented
it?
on it. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And
Yeah.
somebody commented on somebody highlighted my comment or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
you can definitely hear the improvement for
So
sure.
maybe he'll come back. You got to have a thick skin if you're
But
going to try
but
to have
he
a big channel and give lessons and stuff. You got to have a thick skin, or a real thick
yeah
skin, because you're going to
he
get the
and he
the
had
haters, you're going to get the trolls, and you're going to get the
didn't he
assholes.
have, didn't he have over 1,000 subscribers I believe.
I think he was over 2,000.
Yeah, now he's
Heck,
starting all
he
over again.
he might have been up around 10,000.
I don't know what it was, but I know it was over 1,000. I thought. Anywho,
Because he went over to Europe a couple times.
Europe.
Europe with that Toman U or whatever it
Oh,
was.
I didn't know he. I didn't know he went. Oh,
Hey Zach
yeah.
Thong, how you doing, buddy?
Hey Zach.
Yeah. Hey, another guy that just did a video. I made some notes for our show tonight. Moot,
Okay.
remember the guy Moot?
The name
He's a
sounds
good
familiar.
player. I forget why he said he hasn't been doing posting, but he just did a video and he played to a backing track, and it's really it's very cool because he did the backing track he played to is basically the jam part of the Allman Brothers song Blue Sky.
Mm-hmm.
It's just E to A, two chords, right up my alley. And the funny thing
Okay.
is I've been jamming to that lately. So that might be one of my next videos. The following mood on the Allman Brothers.
Yeah, I need to. Yeah, like I said, I downloaded. I don't know, maybe 4, 5, 6 of them. I know I did it. I downloaded some Christmas stuff, at least one Christmas thing, because I always like to do stuff around the holidays. And but here's now, I my Helix, right? I mess around with these patches, right? I was trying to get a Eric Johnson tone. I think I told you that I downloaded that Jason
Right.
Sudeikis, but it just doesn't sound good at all, right? The best one I got from Eric Broadbent, you know from Canada. You know who he is, the long hair, the shredder.
Yeah. Eric, and he
Yeah,
has a big
yeah,
channel, right?
right. That's my favorite patch, the one I got from him. And so I'm looking what it, I'll make myself now using the. I don't know how it is with yours, but using the Telecaster, they're not humbuckers on there, so they're going to be a little noisy. But on his patch, it's not noisy. So I'm trying to look on the patches I made and the one I'm trying to see and I did put a noise gate on there, but I'm still getting some noise. Whereas but he has 2 lines of blocks where I'm only using maybe 5 or 6 blocks and stuff.
Right.
But he's using 2 lines of stuff. So I'm trying to see what is different that he's got going on than that's cutting the sound out. You know what I mean? Got to play with it.
He might be coming out in stereo, the Helix, into 2 channels, as opposed to you might be coming out mono and he might be in stereo.
I think I clicked on that. I could go stereo mono and it was still doing it. I think.
Really?
I'll play with it more. Well, I can't. I don't have the.
All right, we got another guest, Kim Georgiadis. How do you say his last name? Hey Kim, how you doing? Man? Georgiadis.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Hey, Dwight.
The Hitman, Dwight.
The Hitman.
I like his buckskin jacket, but I think he needs to get a leather. I think he needs to get a black leather. Dwight, you need a black leather jacket, man.
I mean, yeah, they were popular when I was in school, way back when. They still look good.
They do. They do, for sure.
Except they don't look good on fat people, so I'm not going to get one.
Oh, and another good video I just watched was Hugh Caldwell and Laurie's
Mishmash.
Mishmash. They did a cover of the Doors' "Touch Me." They did a very good job on that. Real good.
I don't know if
I guess Hugh sings and they just put it out, and very good. It brought back a lot of memories because I remember buying that 45, back in the late 60s. mid 60s. I don't know, 10, 11, 12, somewhere in the 60s. Yeah, late 60s. And I had that 45. I mean, I used to have a stack. Where's my other hand?
Right.
Well, you can't see them, but I used to have quite a stack of 45s. We used to play a game where, how quick can you name the tune from the first couple notes? Because you listen to the 45s thousands of times. This is the day of transistor radios.
It's like on Dave Stapler's show. They say they'll play a couple riffs.
Right.
You
Exactly.
Got to guess this song. That'd be pretty cool. I don't think I bought too many 45s. I bought a few albums just for the one song, right? If it was AC/DC or I know I had some Led Zeppelin, 10 Years After, Johnny Winter. And it was only for, a couple songs. But it wasn't like I didn't remember what every song was. I probably didn't listen to every song on it. I just wanted that 1, 2, or 3 song, whatever. It's just amazing how Hacks went on, how these guys, Crowbar, they're just like walking encyclopedias about
They
music.
are, absolutely, especially Crowbar and Dave's pretty knowledgeable. Yeah, Hack's good. Yeah. Hack's good, but Hack's got a bad delay up there in Canada, eh? Skull people, it's vodka night. Going vodka keeps me a little. I don't get as crazy on vodka. That first night we did this, the Diet A&W, man. Need some vanilla ice cream for root beer float.
I do that sometimes too.
They're the best.
Ice cream and diet root beer. Crazy. But like I said, so I took the Telia in the shop today. So I haven't played the PRS. That's the one I kind of want to get rid of. But I just don't do anything. I was thinking about taking them with me and see what they would offer me at Links. Is
that an $800 guitar? No.
No, it was $600. I got it at Sweetwater. They always give me a good deal. It was $641.
They're going to give you a couple $100. They'll give you $200 for it if you're lucky. Because they're going to sell it for $4.
These are going for that much used for whatever reason.
Well, maybe they'll give you $2. I'm telling you, it's very disappointing. Have you ever tried selling a guitar to them?
No.
Don't they always lowball?
Yeah, I did. They gave me. I think I did sell to. I had but it was like a 15-year-old Ibanez or whatever it was. It was 2000. Yeah, it was a 15-year-old Ibanez 3, whatever it was. He gave me like $100 for it or something like that. But I sold a Zoom effects pedal. I paid maybe $160 for, and Guitar Center gave me like $90 for it. But I had it for a few years, and then more than what the local guy did. Yeah.
There you go. Good.
Yeah, but
say hi to Bobby Clipper and Spencer Crone or Cron.
Hey, Spencer Cron, how are you doing?
How you guys doing? Cron. Okay.
And I don't know how many are looking. I'm not on the website. I don't know. I'm not worried about.
I don't have my other computer. I didn't set up the other computer tonight, so I can't type in the chat. Right. So I gotta. I'm trying to pay attention to it, but I tell you what, you really got to give credit to these guys that run these channels and these streams and pay attention to that have some type of show planned or whatever itinerary, whatever you want to call it, that they can yak like we are and keep track. It's very difficult.
It is,
especially when there's a lot of chatting. This is a relatively small chat, but some of these chats, I mean, the thing's flying. I don't know how you keep up with it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I just got off of one. This tech guy I know, he could have 1,000 people in there chatting.
Like when Guitar Hack's interviewing somebody. When Guitar Hack's interviewing somebody, I don't know how you do that and pay attention to the chat. That doesn't compute. Kim, I'm from Baltimore, outside of Baltimore County, Maryland, Cockeysville, but I live in Catonsville, Maryland. If you know the Baltimore metropolitan area, and so is Mitch actually, but now he's a transplant. He moved to Pennsylvania.
Oh, I've been in Pennsylvania for 27 years, I think. Yeah, 27 years. Actually, it's coming up on 27 years on About 3 days before Christmas will be like 27 years. We've
I'm
been up
originally
here.
from the northern end of Baltimore County, and Mitch is you're from the east end of Baltimore County, right? Or are you in
Well,
the city?
I mean, I lived in a city like around Glen Oak area, Howard
Okay.
Park.
Oh, you're my
Uh,
left west side. Okay.
yeah, but until I was 11, then we moved to Randallstown,
Oh,
and
okay. You were west
then when
side
I
too.
got married, yeah, then when I got married, I moved to where was that? The first time I was married, I actually was living up your way now a little bit on around Catonsville area, and then my second marriage, we were living in I was living in Essex for a while, and Reisterstown and Owings Mills. And then we moved to when we bought our first house was in Hampstead, Maryland. I keep on going north, so I keep every time I move, it's north. I'm not moving anymore. But if it does, it's going to be where it doesn't get cold. I can tell you that one more time. Hey, look, there's Quentin James.
All right. So the $1 million question is Quentin going to put pizza sauce on his pizza, or is he going to put ketchup on his pizza? What do you think?
Ketchup and what was the other one?
Ketchup, or he's making a pizza.
Yeah,
He's making a homemade pizza. So is he going to put pizza sauce on that pizza or ketchup?
I can't imagine with
Inquiring
pizza.
minds want to know. Inquiring. He puts ketchup on everything. He's famous for that, not wearing pants. Quint
I
and his birds.
oh, Emmett.
Damn it. Is that guy flying yet?
I started following this guy on YouTube recently, and I can't remember his name. He's like a pawn. He owns a pawn shop, and he'll videotape, and it's pretty obvious. And he'll say people trying to rip him off, scammers or whatever. But it's pretty interesting. But a huge parakeet in his shop, and
Cool.
he's got a cat, and they're like they get along. Sometimes they'll get into it. And
Really?
the parakeet, it's whatever it is. Parakeet's the ones that talk, the big one,
Right.
the big spat. He'll
That's fair.
start biting on the cat's tail or something. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. But I've been listening to some of that. I've been listening to Spam the Spammers. I don't know if you have any of those spammer calls. They're telling you
Oh, I
that
get them all the time.
your Microsoft license run out. There's no such thing, or
Right.
the IRS. It's just terrible. These elderly people fall for this stuff. So there's a lot of shows on the internet. These people are calling them up. They're spamming the spammers. But it's horrible. Horrible.
I didn't watch it, but I saw an advertisement for the spam and the spammer.
Right.
I know that EJ's done it a couple times.
Yeah, he has.
He talks with them, and
I did it before a long time ago, and I don't know if I recorded it though. But I think I might have, but of course I don't. If I don't know where I save stuff to. As you can see from my beautiful desktop, I'm not very organized.
none of us are.
I just
Really.
don't remember where I put it. I know it's
Well,
there.
it's 7 guitars this year, kept for Fat Philosopher. Welcome to the
I
stream, Aaron. I'm
I
unfamiliar with that
bought
name.
I bought
7 guitars. Jeez.
no, I think my Telecaster is the only thing I bought this year because it was the Les Paul was last year, so the Telecaster is the only thing I got this year. But when I dropped my guitar off at Links today, they have some used guitars like Squire type stuff, but they're pretty cheap, like 80, $100, somewhere around there. Yeah, I'm thinking it back in my head, trying to do like what Joe Wentz did, and paint it like a Eddie, stripe like a Eddie
Right.
Van Halen guitar, and you won't have that much invested in it, and then I could learn how to, maybe do some stuff with it, maybe learn how to set it up properly or whatever. Because some of them look like they're really in good shape. I've tried some of them before years ago. Some of them play really well for
It's
an
cheap
old used
enough.
guitar. Yeah,
I remember years ago, I bought for $99, I bought an ESP, you know, matte, flat black Les Paul copy, but it was 24 frets. And I'll tell you what, I like the pickups through that little Vox amp that I had. But I bought that to be the guitar that I was going to learn how to set up a guitar. Get all
hmm
the. I never did it. I adjusted the truss rod on it, and I tried turning the screws down by the bridge. What do you call it? The stop tail piece?
Hmm.
And I guess I lowered the action, but I never took it anywhere. And I ended up giving that guitar away to someone that needed a guitar. I didn't play it. It was just my downstairs practice guitar. And I had a box, and the guy didn't have a guitar to play. I felt sorry for him, so I mailed it to him.
I had
Didn't need it,
an,
Figure
I
I'd
had
give back to the community.
an Esteban electric guitar. You see that from QVC or
A
whatever?
lot of people have, yeah.
Well, it was like $15. I bought it from some guy, and yeah, to learn how to work on it, right? But it was so bad. It was so bad. So I did all that stuff. I wound up giving it to a guy,
Was
and
electric acoustic?
it was electric,
Was it
and
humbucker or single coils?
I think it was like a Strat. Yeah, I think they were all single coils. Yeah, I
Okay.
think. But trying to learn but it was so bad, and I think he went and had it set up, and but it was $15, and I didn't have. I think I paid 20 because I didn't. He didn't have change for 20, so I just gave him 20. But whatever. But it was it's something to work on. But now with YouTube, there's no reason why you can't really learn how to do any of this stuff. But then again, you need the tool. You need to invest in the proper tools.
And you need to have
So
a good space to
exactly.
if you don't have the right spacing to do it, you can probably do more damage than you will do good.
I had two work. I'm on a workbench. I have two monitors on here, two computers. Well, really three on this table, counting my laptop. But I took one of the work tables. It's like 4x6, little white work table.
Right?
I had two in here. I took one of them out because
I
to give
can't
me
see you,
more room.
Mitch. Mitch, I can't see you. All I see is a big me. There we go.
And so, but it's so I put my computers under the desk under these little. They're on a. I got carpet, but they're on these platforms, so they're not sitting right on the carpet. But it's a pain every time I got to go underneath the desk and do something. My knees are killing me terribly,
Yeah.
and it's really hard. So TV's really loud.
My TV?
Hey,
Janet, can
all
you
right,
turn the
it just
TV
stopped.
down?
It just stopped. It just stopped.
Oh,
Um, because yesterday when I this what I'm using as a monitor now on here on this computer, my higher end computer, it's just a 32-inch Insignia TV, but the remote was going up, right? It wouldn't work. I put fresh batteries, reset the TV, just wouldn't work. It would work sporadically. So I was in Walmart today, buying food for the blizzard of whatever.
right.
I just bought this little $8 RCA, and it works fine. Set it up, it works
Cool.
fine. So I got that fixed. But yes,
Good.
but when I was unplugging, had to go underneath there, unplug the TV to reset it. Trying to reset it, see if it would help. And I had my Telecaster on my Hercules stand, and I moved it behind me. But I got underneath there, so I'm laying on the floor, and I kicked it over.
Oh no.
But it went flat back, but it stayed in. Here, actually, let me see if I can. Oh, I can't move that. Oh, I just moved. No, I didn't.
No, you're okay.
I was going to put my camera to see if I could show you what I'm talking about. Actually, see if here this works. Let me here. Yeah, I'm going to switch cameras real quick.
That's
I have
cool.
to. See, I have two cameras hooked up here, but I have to initiate this camera. Um,
God bless you for
display.
knowing how to do all that.
You
All
know,
right. Well,
once
while
it
you're
gets.
doing that, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
All right.
Got to refresh.
Right. I think I turned the display capture. Oh, this is it right here. I need to properties. Ooh, I needed. That could be a problem. Let's do this. All right. And we want to match. Let's do 30. And we need to activate it. Here we go. Ah, oh my gosh, it's got pretty decent color. All right. Let me. I need to move this up. There you go. Okay. Looks good for once. I was saying, if I knocked the guitar down, if you're familiar with a Hercules stand, it's hard to see. Can't. It just fell back. It fell back, and it was still in the stand, and nothing hit the. It didn't hit the wall, and it kind of encased it. It was so it didn't hurt anything on the guitar. But I was cussing and fussing. You know what I'm saying? I just knocked over a $1,400 guitar. Yeah, so. But let me
All right,
see.
I'm back.
Dying. All right. Here, I want to see what. So you can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I see
You
two
see
cameras now.
All right. See, this is my This
PRS.
is the. This is the Hercules stand, right?
Oh, okay.
So
I got one of those.
I had the really nice stand. So I had the Telecaster in there, and I knocked it over, but it was like this.
Oh,
Flat.
wow.
So it stayed in everything. Nothing. It didn't hit anything, and I guess it cushioned the fall. Nothing was scratched or nothing. It was still in tune and everything.
Well, let me give you some advice. Your Les Paul never put in a stand for a long time that where it can fall, because I had I had an SG, got broken twice. Cats played with when I was a kid, I was a teenager. I never snipped the strings, put new strings on it. Always had those things, hanging out the end, up by the tuning pegs. And the cat swiped it, twice. My brother's cats, he'd drop his cats off from college and then go see my future sister-in-law, and they'd play with it, and twice they broke. And a guy fixed it twice, but I eventually broke that. Hey, Brian S., what's happening, dude?
Hey, Brian. Well, I was laying I was underneath my desk, and my foot. I had it moved there, and my foot hit it. It's so hard for me to move. I'm just too fat, and it's like a chore for me to do any normal stuff. Now my knees are so bad. I only have 4 steps to. I'm in a mobile home. 4 steps, so I gotta like limp. I can't bend my my left knee. They both bother me, but it's just because of my weight. And I don't look real fat. Like I don't look huge right there. It's just in my stomach. Got the pot belly. Terrible.
You gotta moderate on the junk. Moderate on the junk.
See, you have no idea. You've never been fat in your life.
Dude,
I don't drink. I never drank.
Dude, I got these. I got these,
smoked.
and see, I've got enough bad habits for both of us.
That's just the only thing. I mean, but it's hereditary. Everybody else was. Now, my sister, I got a 77-year-old sister. She's good. She can keep it off. My brother's, I got an older brother. He's smaller than me, but he's been doing well to keep it off. But I got another younger sister. She has trouble keeping it off. Actually, she's got some heart problems now. And then I got a younger brother we haven't seen in 20 years somewhere. So,
Mitch, when you get our age, you get all kinds of what. I sit in this chair for an hour or two doing YouTube, and I get up, I can barely straighten up because I slouch. I need to get a rocket chair. I need a real fancy chair.
Well, I got a recliner, but my wife wanted me to get one in here, but I said it's going to mess up with my green screen, right? It'll take up so much room.
Can't be doing that now.
Because we have the way our mobile home is set up, we got 2 recliners. It faces the TV, and then the sofa's by the wall. I broke my recliner already. I mean, just the part where it flips up. Mechanically everything works fine, but I must have sat on. I messed up the sponge. It just looks ridiculous now, and probably needs to be fixed. So I thought about putting that in here and just getting another one for out there. Gotcha. I mean, it works fine mechanically, but I screwed it up.
Brian, I don't do 2 packs a day, but I am with this damn COVID thing. I'm up to about 1.5 packs. It's literally kill me, but I can't. I used to be right around a pack a day, but it's going up with the.
And you've been smoking since we at 14, 15 or something?
Nah, I started. It's kind of stupid, but I was working at this one dealership, and they made you work so many hours. I kept falling asleep, so and I was trying to quit smoking the other stuff. So I said, just like my dad, old Marlboros, I switched to Winston because they're $1 a pack less than Marlboros. And Winston, you can't hardly tell the difference. But since I was about 23 when I started.
I don't know how you can. Cigarettes are so expensive too these days.
It's ridiculous, you know.
But Dad,
Me and my wife, it's about 140 a week.
I got two brothers, two siblings, and my parents. They all smoked but me at one time or another. And Dad smoked until he was 79. Actually, and I think the only reason why he stopped because he started getting dementia. He started going nuts.
Yeah,
But he smoked Cools, and my mom smoked Salem's. She stopped smoking, but she still got cancer and it killed her years
Brian, I
later.
haven't done that for a while. I haven't lit one while I had one lit, but I haven't been drinking as for some reason. It's like I said, I watched that whole game last night, didn't have one drink. That was very weird, and it was a great game. It was, if I'd have been, I probably wouldn't have made it through the end of the game with the way that kept going up. You know, seesawing. You know, we'd be up, and then they'd catch us. We'd go up again, they'd catch us, and then they went ahead. I probably wouldn't have made it through the whole game. But you know,
I'm looking at it and say, they brought Surly in. So what happened to Jackson, whatever? And I said, oh my gosh, and I kind of like him. I think he could make it as a NFL player.
McSorley.
Yeah, I think he could. Surly, I can't even say his name, McSurly. Yeah, and
I don't know.
and that, but he kept that drive going. It was third and what a fourth down. It was third and whatever, or was it a fourth down? Anyway, he got
Fourth
he got
down,
13
fourth
yards.
and five, fourth and five. No, it was when McSorley
His
went down. It was 4th and 5, and if he hadn't completed that pass to Brown, they probably would have run out the clock.
It wasn't Brown. It was the other guy, the one that played for the Saints. Or no, I'm talking about Surly. No,
Oh,
he
the
got
Surly.
one for he got one first
yeah.
down
Oh, okay. Oh,
to a Sneed.
Snead, Willie Snead.
Yeah. Willie
He's like
Snead,
the
yeah.
he's the unsung hero of the offense, in my opinion.
Right.
Let me tell you something. Were you watching the game and saying, what is 15 still doing in the game? He couldn't catch the ball to save his life, but he caught the big one.
I'm in here. I just had my eyes off at the time, and they said he missed two
Three.
real catchable balls.
Three. Well, one would have been a good catch, but the other two were right in his hand. Right in his hand. I mean, I could have caught him. You could have caught him.
But those he had Lamar had those two deep throws in a row. I guess I think they were in a row, and they were wide open. He said, and he was way overthrowing them. And he said he was cramping up real bad. And but then when he came back, he made all four. Well, he's 4 for 5. The one he clocked. He hit the ground to stop the clock.
Right,
but
right.
but that I haven't screamed so much in a game since probably the Super Bowl. I don't know.
I'm a recovering screamaholic for Ravens games. So I just for my dog's sake, I try not. I know exactly what you're talking about with the dog doesn't want to be around you. My old dog, my Labradoodle I had before, the little gypsy I have now, she hated Sundays. She'd go upstairs with my wife. Oh yeah, as soon as I yell at the TV, because I'm usually yelling at the coaches or the referees.
Margaret's saying Skylar's shaking. I mean, I can cough. She starts shaking. Hey, Joe Rubio. Yeah, it was some game.
Yeah, Kim, you got a tough team to root for, the Falcons, man. They can look so good and then so bad, and then they get in the big game, and I'll never forgive them. I think the Falcons let New England come back and win. I'll never forgive them.
Big G, Gary. How you doing, Gary?
Hey, Gary, how you doing, man?
He's on that show. He's on that show with Sandra.
Right. Yeah, they do that on Saturday,
right? You watch Fruitcake Tony's show at 4?
No, I haven't watched Tony's. Yeah, it's been a while, but I need to go in and support Tony because he.
The Ravens show went out. I think they got the Giants. I forgot who else they got. All real winnable teams. Hey, Dale.
You talk about picks, Fruitcake Tony. This is the type of pick that I use. Where's the guy? Here we go. This is a Fender Heavy. It's a big triangle. It's symmetrically triangular. Where the hell's the camera? Oh, here it is, up there. So it's symmetrically triangular, and it's very heavy. This is what I've been using since about 1974. And you can't buy them at the guitar stores anymore. So I got them online. Listen, I got 10 of these picks for $350. but to get them mailed, it cost more to ship them than it did to buy them. So I paid 70 cents a pick instead of, but I don't care. I got the picks I want, so I got 10 of them. You see, I
Check
can't.
out
That's
that.
too small. It's not quite focused.
That's a pick I'm using right now.
Whose pictures on there?
It's kind of wearing out a little bit.
I can't read. Whose pictures on the other side, Mitch?
You can't make that out, can you?
Is that Big G?
Yep.
That's Big G. Is that
I
Big
got it
G
on
on the
Mega.
back? Is that Gary on the other side?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
I was using, so I went to them, but I was using those Dunlap. I don't know where they are. I had some sticking out. Oh, you know where they're over here. I was using these real thick picks. Now I went down to like 1 millimeter. I was using these big things for a while, and they're Jim Dunlap. I don't know what they are. 3. They're pretty.
Okay.
Look how thick they
See,
are.
I can't. Yeah, I can't. But I can't use one of those little things. Wolf, the doc is in the house. The dog paw.
Oh, this says 1.
And Dale Palmer. Welcome, Dale.
3 millimeter.
3 millimeter. See, this doesn't say the only thing this pick says on it when they're not worn out. This one's worn out. It says heavy, Fender and heavy. But I've worn out both Fender and heavy because somehow I haven't lost that one. Where do picks go when you drop them? Where do they go?
On the carpet, underneath the desk.
Underneath. I told my wife if we ever find a place down by the beach and move down there and clean this house out, I'll probably find 20 picks underneath stuff. It's in the dryer. Okay, Paul, in the dryer. I never thought to look there.
A guitar story.
Dale, how's your hands doing or your wrist or whatever? You been able to play? Drop a clear V pick and try to find. Yeah.
That's Sandra right there.
There you go. Oh, okay. I see her. She's got her fingers. She's got her fingers up. Okay.
The communication breakdown. That's her
communication breakdown.
Okay,
yeah. Well, she sent me a pic, and I appreciate her sending me a pic. She sent me this pic.
Yeah, I got that too.
It's like, how did you get my address? That's what I want to know. That kind of scared me away. You know.
Like me, like you just type my name,
right.
Well,
I'm in the phone.
My whole life.
I guess you figured out where I'm from, and I've used my last name. So,
is that the one you just showed?
It's similar, but not a.
This is a skull.
Similar, but not exact.
Oh, yours. I thought I had that one. I thought I did.
It's cool.
And then I have.
I'll keep it as a memento.
And then I have this. You know who that is.
Hey, Frank C's in the house. Hey, Frank.
Hey, Frank. You know who that is, right?
Tone King. Yeah.
Right.
I wonder if he's got any cups left you sent him.
He never said anything on the show about him. Never.
He never did?
I thought it never.
Really?
If he did, I never saw it. I kind of would have been cool if he said something about it. And he may have. I just never saw it. But I didn't. And I sent him cups. I wasn't expecting him to send me. He didn't have to send me anything.
Well, he acknowledged it. He sent you something.
Oh yeah.
Sure,
but I didn't. He didn't. No, he didn't have to send anything. But I thought he should have showed him because of the TC. It goes with his show. Yeah.
Six String Brian. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Now, is Brian? Are you in the path of the nor'easter that's coming?
Oh, he's way up here in New Brunswick. I don't know if they're going to get it or not.
Well,
he might have. Well,
he's
been getting
up
snow already.
That's what I mean, though. I know they've gotten some snow up there already, but I'm just wondering. Dale played for an hour nonstop plus a few shorter periods. Cool. Good for you, Dale. Good. I'm glad. Keep playing. Post some videos, dude. And Mitch, when are you going to post a video? We had this conversation last week.
I know. I was going to do something last weekend. I honestly did download like 4 to 6, 7 backing tracks. I'm going to do something. Frank C, let me check before I open my mouth. Let me check my email real quick. Frank, I did return your email. So you might want to check your email, Frank. But who knows when I'll be able to get it after? It might be a while after tomorrow. Might not be able to get out after tomorrow. If we're going to get this, I don't know, 12 inches or foot and a half or more or whatever it is. Frank? Did you get any snow yesterday? We got an inch. We got an inch yesterday, but it was just on the grass, and on the cars. But we went out this morning to, stock up, and it was like we get out and, we went in south end of town. It was like no snow on the ground at all out down there.
That's funny. You could be 5 miles away and there's no snow, and you 5 miles
Right.
further and now it's snowing.
I'm in North
Crazy.
Hanover, but we live on it's like a real big hill. It's huge, huge hill. It's a high hill.
Okay, so we have our answer to the $1 million question.
What was
Clinton
it?
said no ketchup on the pizza.
Isn't that a poor man's spaghetti too, or something?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the homeless people would go in a place, get a cup of hot water, and pour ketchup packs in it. That'd be their tomato soup.
I can remember I was a kid. My sister made it. She was pregnant with my niece, and we're going back somewhere in the early '60s or whatever. I'm about probably 8 years old, and I didn't eat all my dinner, and she's yelling at me. When I was long, I can still remember it, but it was spaghetti we were eating.
It's funny. Everybody eats spaghetti differently.
Yeah.
Some people, and let me tell you something. Me and my wife, when she turned 50, we went to Italy. We did Florence and Venice, and in some of the places, some of the times they just like, this is the fork, and you got all the spaghetti, and they just all this is dripping out of their mouth, and they just suck it up. It's amazing how it's not. Me, I roll it on a spoon. I use a soup spoon.
Me too. I try to
roll it.
Yeah.
I roll it. Well, it's a acquired skill.
That's good. You were out of the country. The only time we were out of the country is when we go to Ocean City, Maryland. That's the only time we ever go out of the country.
Well, it's funny because I always said, I don't want to go to Europe. I want to see the goddamn Grand Canyon. I haven't seen the Grand. Why do I want to go to Europe? I haven't even seen the Grand Canyon.
I've flown over it.
My wife wanted to. I've flown over it several times. But my wife wanted to go to Italy for 50th birthday. So it was after her birthday, but we did go to.
Is that the only time you ever you've been out of the country?
Other than the Bahamas.
Oh, I never did that. I've never been out of the country.
The Bahamas are fun. Freeport. We used to go to Freeport's the northernmost commercial or tourist type place. Freeport, Bahamas. Oh man, I had a blast. I got so wasted one time. We were at the hotel we stayed at had a nice little casino, and it was fun. Big pool. You swim up and get a frozen daiquiri. Is it rum? Yeah, daiquiri. Frozen daiquiri. Margaritas, tequila, daiquiri. And but to get to the beach, you had to take a little bus ride to actually get to the beach. Mm-hmm. So you had a little beach, and it's kind of like the Gulf Coast of Florida. There's no waves or anything, but they got jet skis and different things you can do. Or you just go out in the water, and they got a guy out in the water with pulling a tub with a rope. He can sell the beer in the water, but he can't sell the beer on the sand. So he's got a tub of ice with all different kinds of beers. So you feel sorry for him. You buy a beer from the guy. Anyway, about 300 or 400 yards from where the water is. Yeah, 300 or 400 towards the parking lot. They have a big gazebo with a bar, and they had these three guys playing, but the guitar player wasn't there, and they had just finished taking a break when I'd had enough. It's so hot you can only stay on the beach for so long, and I was pretty. You drink in the sun, you don't drink, but if you drink in the sun, you get drunk quicker, and you get more of a buzz. So I go, where's the guitar player? And the guitar player ran the jet ski service thing.
Oh.
So he wasn't there, and my wife goes, he plays the guitar, and they go, oh, you play the guitar? So I'm playing guitars with a keyboard player and a drummer.
Oh, they let you play.
And I'm playing a Strat through a Fender amp, no effects. Had the thing we had it all the way up. and I could bear you could hear it way out there, but you can't hear it up on the there's no monitors or anything. We played Black Magic Woman. I said, do you know Black Magic Woman? I'm trying to think of a song that they would know that I could play, because they're not just going to do a jam and A
Right.
minor. So we did that, and then they went into Cisco Kid. That I don't know what the name of the song is, but the Cisco Kid is a friend of mine. Remember that
Right.
song?
Right. Yeah.
So I didn't know the song, but I just, I figured out the lick. Dan, 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 so I'm playing that, and this is right when I just figured kind of how to shred a little bit of my pentatonic shreds that I do, and that was fun. But that's other than Italy and the Bahamas, I've never been out of the country.
I mean, I would like to go. I like to go to the UK. I would like to go there.
I want to
Probably
go to
more than
Ireland.
anywhere else.
I want to go to Ireland. Play some golf, and go to Dublin. They got all these really good buskers out there on the street.
My step grandson, they were there. They went there for his honeymoon. They went there
Right now. Right now?
They went there. They went there.
Okay.
They've been married like 4 years ago. They've been married 3 or 4 years. Maybe
I don't think I'm flying anywhere.
5 years ago.
I don't think I'll ever fly again, man. I'm afraid of the COVID thing.
Yeah, we've been doing good. We go out and we'll eat out once a week, but we go early and there's like nobody there where we go. And
good. Just a second, Quentin. You can't. That's like Chef Boyardee spaghetti. You cut it you don't cut it up into little pieces. You gotta. Quentin has no. I have some step Italian. I have a whole family of Italians from my stepmother. So, plus I've been to Italy, Scotland, single malt distillery. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. What were you talking
about? No, I don't. No, I would like to go. I mean, I don't know if I will now at this point. We used to fly when my parents, they lived in Vegas. So they retired through there. So we used to go out there quite a bit, but I have not flown in a plane in 15 years, since 2005.
Vegas is my favorite place in the whole world. I can drink 24/7, can gamble. There's lots of good music. All you got to do is walk around to the different places, go in the lounges outside of the casinos, and at any of them, and you got some great band, great musicians. It's like a mini Nashville with all the musicians in Vegas.
We saw
guys are good.
We saw Penn and Teller in 2005 when we were there last, and so we get there like an hour early, and so they have there's a guy playing piano, and a guy playing bass. The stand-up bass.
Oh, cool.
Guy
I love that.
Hair. It was Penn Jillette. It was Penn Jillette playing the bass.
Really?
I caught on after a while, and I kind of knew he did, but the tickets were like almost $100 a piece,
yeah,
and it was pretty expensive, and it just. They just didn't. I don't think it was worth it and everything, And they were out there talking to people. I didn't go bother to talk to them. Even the other one, Penn and
Teller,
Penn Jillette and Teller, Penn Jillette. The other guy, I didn't bother. When it don't talk, he was talking, but I didn't bother talking to him because it's just a little depressed. They did a thing where they let you come up on stage, look at the one of those, what do you call those not the cabinets.
The boxes they get in there?
The boxes you get in and disappear. It was transparent. So they show you how to do the trick, right? Anyway, they did this one, and where they were burning the American flag. Oh my gosh, people were getting up, walking out there, getting pissed off.
I would have. If he would have burned the flag, I'd have got out.
But the point was they brought it back.
Right.
The point they were making it freedom of speech. But a lot of these older people were walking out. But
they have the freedom to burn it. You can burn whatever you want. Burn the flag. Burn 20 of them. I'm not watching, and I'm not being any part of it.
Yeah, he's very. He used to have a talk show. He's very liberal and Penn Jillette and whatever. But which is fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. But and then and my wife she always wanted to see Cirque du Soleil, because one time we were supposed to go out there. No, what happened? Oh yeah, we were out there. I think it was same 2005, but we had to come back. My wife's mother fell down. She broke her hip, so we had to leave early. So we were going to see Circus Soleil out there, but we wound up seeing Circus Soleil in Florida, which I'm not. Actually, we saw him twice in Florida and then up the Giant Center up in Hershey. I'm not into Circus Soleil at all.
Doesn't float my boat, but anybody I've
It
known
doesn't.
that's seen it, they like it a lot. So
Nah.
everything's expensive out there. We saw Santana at
Oh, did you?
what's it? The Rock. What's
Hard
the
Rock
Hard
Cafe.
Rock Cafe?
Mm-hmm.
And we got really good. We paid. I mean, look, the seat, everything's expensive, and this isn't to brag, but the seats were over $200 each. But we were
Right.
about six rows from the stage.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Towards the end of the show, Carl Santana had to ruin it. This is during the Bush years. This is going back a ways, okay? And he had to make a comment, a political comment. I got up and left.
Was
I
this
told him,
was this in Vegas?
in Vegas, yeah, at the Hard Rock. Yeah, I mean, enjoyed it. It was, but Santana's one of my favorite guitarists, obviously, and the way I play. And
I don't.
but he had to bring up the politics thing. I didn't pay $200 to get start talking
Exactly.
politics. God damn
Right,
it!
right.
So I said I'll be out by the entrance waiting for you guys, and I left. During the last song. Before I guess he probably played two more songs. I think I went up and got a beer, stood there for a while. He shut up. They started playing a little bit, and then I was so pissed. I waited out front like I told him. My wife and the other couple we were with, they came out, and it was no big deal. I saw all the songs I wanted to see. That
I
they
was in
played.
the Hard Rock Cafe in Florida, not in Vegas. I think the one in Vegas is on Paradise Street. Does that sound Paradise Avenue? Does that sound right?
Might be.
Paradise
I
Ave-
don't. I don't know it
I
that
don't.
well.
Yeah, I
But there,
mean, if I remember right. Now, Frank C is talking about virtual show for TSO this Friday. We saw them 4 years ago at the Giant Center, and if you go back 4 years ago, you'll see I took video with my camera, and evidently YouTube don't care about that because there's a million videos with TSO, and I thought it was one of the best concerts I went to. I thought they were great. I love
Brian
that.
says it's Paradise Street. And
Paradise Street.
shout
Yeah.
out, hey Ed Dana, hey man, welcome to the our Mitch's chat. I'm the co-host. A good crowd here, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't been out there in, like I said, 15 years. And the only reason why I'm not a gambler. And my father, he knew a lot about gambling. When I first went out there in '86, so he's taking me around and he's teaching me how to play craps, and we're watching these high rollers play. But I'm learning how to play craps on a quarter table. That's all you had to put a quarter.
Were
You
you
can play more
Fremont?
than that.
Were you at Fremont Street?
It was on Fremont Street.
Yeah, yeah.
Union Plaza.
Right, Fremont Street's the greatest because they have they have like $2 and $3 blackjack tables for
It was
if you don't
downtown.
wanna lose.
Downtown.
Right, yeah.
So do you remember the Fremont experience? Were you there since then?
Where the ceiling on the
Yeah.
ceiling? Oh,
Yeah.
that's the great. Now they have while they have that going on, you can do zip lining.
Yeah,
They have zip line.
I saw
I'd
it
love
on
to do that.
TV.
I would love to do
I
that.
never did that. But when I first started going, they didn't have the. It's called the Fremont Experience. They didn't build that thing over there. It was just a regular street. Now my sister Judy, she worked at the Vegas Club. It's right there, right across from the Union Plaza.
Oh, cool.
She worked there, the Vegas Club. My brother worked at the Lady Luck.
If you ever
He was
go to
supervisor.
Vegas, if people start traveling again, you go to Vegas. If you want something to do that's not too expensive, that's a lot of fun, do the murder mystery thing. They have it
I
now.
never
It's
did
in
that.
the one hotel at on Fremont Street down at the very end. I don't know if it's the Golden Nugget or one of the nicer ones at the very, very, very end. But that's a lot of fun. Doesn't cost a lot. You get a lousy dinner, but hey, when you're done, you leave there. You can go across the way and get a $10 prime rib.
Yeah.
But that's fun. Doesn't cost a lot of money. Keeps you away from the tables. Because I mean, I like to gamble. Now, Brian S said, don't play roulette. I love roulette. Roulette's fun. Unless you're really unlucky. If you never hit it, all you got to do is hit one number. Now you got a big stack of 33, $1 things you can, I like roulette. But I stick to the games like 3-card poker and let it ride. I don't think the odds are real good at winning, but I've done very good at 3-card poker. But they're so slow. Where blackjack is like boom, boom, boom. It's rapid fire. I mean, you can lose $200 in 5 minutes playing blackjack, but let it ride and 3 card poker. It takes a long time to figure out what everybody's hand is and who's getting paid what or who's not getting paid. And then they got to, bring out a new. They have 2 decks going, and you pick the right game. There's plenty of games that aren't in such a rush. And that's the problem with the
Right.
slot machines, man. Slot machines sucks your money up like oxygen.
Yeah, the only thing I only played craps. Then I would play some of the slot machines. I had a royal flush, and I only had a nickel in it. A nickel. I won like $12.50. It would have been, I don't know, $300 if I would have
Right.
had
You got to
30
pay
cents.
maximum bet. You got to do maximum bet.
But I liked
Are single
craps.
coils better on the roulette wheel? Yeah, okay, I'll go with that. I'll go along with that.
Is that a guitar question?
Kind of
Single
string
coil.
to use on the blackjack table. All right. Quentin met a chick from Nantucket. What do we miss? I met a lady in Vegas, cost me $50. She said she was from Dixie.
Hey Frank, I dropped it off today. So they're gonna have it for a while. I don't know how long, but I just dropped it off, and Phil wasn't there. Joe was there, and Tommy was there.
Mitch, Joe Rubio's joined the chat. He's got a question for you. The green guitar close to your Christmas tree, is that an Ibanez? No, that's a Les Paul. That's a
Les Paul.
First.
I do have a green guitar. But it's being blocked here. It's being blocked by here. Let me fix that. You can see I do have an Ibanez Prestige 652. Let me turn that off. See, where is it at? Not there. Let me turn the fireplace off. There you go. You can see it next to between the Epiphone and the PRS. That's an Ibanez Prestige RG 652. Floyd Rose. That's a really nice guitar. All right, now I got to turn my fireplace back on because it's starting to get cold in here, and I got to turn my
nice.
Yeah.
The fireplace is roaring at Mitch. Yes, it is.
You can do all that if you have OBS.
They almost threw me out of Vegas when I was winning. They said something about counting. I told them I was a guitar player and laughed, and they said, "Oh, just luck."
Yeah, they did do that. My brother worked. He was a supervisor. I think he was a supervisor at the Lady Luck. And people with slot machines, they would do. They would have like wires on coins and put them in there. They would catch them. They would catch them, and actually you could beat up on them. You wouldn't get in trouble. People trying to steal from you, and so they got after some guys, and they got them in the elevator. My brother and some other guys, and they called them, and actually one of them knifed my brothers. Just got him in the arm.
Wow, really?
But he was all right. But they got. Wow. He said you should see the other guys. They got it worse.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But I used to get out there quite a bit. Maybe a couple times a year, but I haven't been out there since my parents are gone now. So,
Frank, you got to get with Mitch about this store the guitars behind the fireplace. That might not be good for the wood.
Yeah. It looks pretty cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
It's amazing.
I like the tree, but I think the fireplace is more impressive.
Yeah, I got that yesterday.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's just OBS, and it's working. And it looks like that update fixed that one thing. But there was an update for this, for OBS. There's an update for Zoom. I did that. And see, like I say, you could do it too. How I do this, I have to run OBS first. So set up all my shots. And then when you go in StreamYards, it'll give you, your choices of camera. You'll see OBS Virtual, which you have to turn on OBS. When you turn on OBS, set up your shots, then you have to turn on virtual camera in OBS. Then when you're picking your camera in StreamYards, you'll see OBS Virtual Camera. That's what you want. So that's why I'm able to. And they didn't always have it like that, but they do now. Everybody has.
Maybe one day we can do just a spur of the moment thing, and a practice thing, and I'll hook my Zoom up and see if I can get it. Now, do you have to sign up and register to get StreamYards?
Yeah, initially, yeah, like one time. Um,
You create an
yeah,
account or something?
yeah, but it was like real easy. You don't have to sign in every time. They just go by your, like when I want to do a thing, I go on StreamYards and it's a create live thing, and they'll just send you a thing in your email. It's that simple. And I can't
Oh,
remember
cool.
if I'm not even sure if you have to use I forget. I've been with them so long.
Right.
I'm not even sure if you have to use any kind of password or
Right.
anything.
I mean, this picture isn't that bad, but I'd like to get obviously I'm using my computer camera, and
Yeah,
you
it
you've
doesn't look
got the
bad.
real deal. It looks all right, but I want to
If
look
you get
cool. I got
if
to
you want to
keep
get
up with
us
it.
now, I don't know if Brian S is in here. I think he has the same Zoom camera. What is it? What's the number you have?
Q8. Yeah, Brian's got the Q8, but I don't think he
Yeah,
uses that for stream, do
I
you,
don't know if he
Brian?
ever did. I don't know if he ever used it for streaming, and I think Ed has it too. Ed Dana. I don't know if he ever got his working for streaming. And I think now I can do my Q24N. I can use that for streaming, and it's a 4K camera, but it only does 720 as a webcam.
All right, Doc the dog paw is saying it's easier to make sure OBS is off. All you need for StreamYard is an email. I have Q8. I stream with a Logitech. Well, have you ever tried, Brian? Have you ever tried streaming with the Q8? It's supposed to be able to do it.
You, Dogpile, you can't. I can't. You can't do these kind of shots without having OBS.
Mitch is the OBS king.
Yeah, so you have to have naturally you have to have OBS running, and then you have to enable virtual desktop in OBS. You have to
Look,
start it, and then
look.
that's when StreamYards or whatever platform you're using, we'll see it. So you
I
pick
want
that.
my cigarette smoke in high definition. Okay, you can hardly see the cigarette smoke. I want my cigarette smoke in high definition.
So I noticed when Sandra, I don't know if Gary's still in here. They were using some form of virtual cam on their show. So so there might be some. Actually, let me look at it right now. Some form of virtual cam without OBS you can use, but it's not as good as using a regular. I got a physical green screen behind me, curtain. So let me see what choices you have in here. You have. I'm using it's an OBS virtual camera, and OBS camera. I don't see any plain native virtual camera in here because some of them will have that, but it's not as good as having a real virtual camera. Here, I can show you what everything looks like when it's turned off. Let me turn that off once. See what? Yep, wrong one. Turn the tree off. Turn the fireplace off. Turn me off. And turn.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, you don't see anything. Oop, I got
1,
that
2,
wrong.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I
Is
got
that all
that
your
wrong.
guitars? 7 of them back here?
Yeah, I got 7. Yeah.
That's
All right.
cool.
There you
Nice,
go.
nice assortment, I might add.
I'm cropped in, but that's what it looks like. There's a curtain behind me, but I'm not going to mess with that. I don't want to mess up my crop. Now I got
We'll bring
turned this.
back all the fun because the other fun that's much cooler.
Oh yeah,
All right, bring the tree and
it
the
is.
fireplace back. Come on, we gotta have
There's
need
the
some we
tree.
need some ambience. Yes, on this
You're right.
stream. Nice.
Yeah, it's fun playing around with it.
You can get good results with it. I'm not buying a GoPro, Brian. I got a Zoom Q8. My God, that was enough.
You look how good, Brian. You know what I'm using, and I bought the Sony A6000 to use it as a live webcam, but I don't want to. I'm afraid to take the SD card out of it, and because I have the dummy battery and everything, I never even tried it. But I heard people that go back and forth with the SD card. Sometimes they have problems with it working. It's working fine now. I love it taking pictures, so I'm not sorry I got it. This was for 6 string Brian. Yeah, GoPro will work good. I mean, I know. I think that's what Hack uses. He don't mess around with OBS in it, but he uses a GoPro. You get GoPro. But I'm using the C920, and what I'm doing now is I have, I'm using. You know what? I'm using this Logitech. It's called Logitech Hub. What is this called?
Hey, I got a question. How come YouTube doesn't have stuff in 4K if all these cameras are now 4K and 5K or whatever? I don't even understand what all that means. But how come YouTube only had, I guess the maximum quality is 1080, right?
For depending what camera you have. For
No, but
and
when
here
you're watching YouTube, when you watch
actually
YouTube, if you watch somebody's video, how come they don't have something above 1080?
they do. If you
They
click on some
do
videos, you have a choice. Yeah, if you look on a YouTube video,
on the setting.
there's a quality. You can pick different settings, but it depends. Now, what you stream at, and here you can only do 720. I have the free version.
Okay.
You can't go. I know you can't go above. I'm pretty sure. Let me see. I'm pretty sure you can't do more than show advanced.
Oh, we got to say hi to Squire Telecaster. Squire Telecaster.
720p is the only size I can go in here. Now I don't know if it's different with the paid version if you can go 1080, but 720 is fine. But with how I'm using Logitech G Hub software. It lets me, put the exposure down really as low as I can go, right? And then I have all these lights in here. I got like these LED lights, 2 behind me facing the green screen, and 2 in front of me attached to the monitor. We only have one on, bouncing off the ceiling, and that's how I get because if you have the exposure set too high, you'll get that. See how smooth it is? It won't be as smooth if you have it. So you want the little teeny processors built into the webcam to do as little work as possible. Let your lights, get the brightness from actual physical lighting, and it works pretty good. I mean, and I switched. I put my because I'm having trouble with this computer. Actually, I was having trouble with the original video card when it was in here. It's a RTX 2070. I was getting artifacts when I would watch a video. I mean, this wouldn't affect anything, but it's a powerful video card. I mean, pretty good gaming card, decent gaming card. So I switched it. I put a much lesser. I switched video cards from different computers, so I got a much lesser quality video card. But it's working good enough. But I started artifacting on the other computer too with that card. Might be something wrong with the card. All right, what's Brian saying?
Mitch, shouldn't you help Dave Stafford with OBS?
Should I?
Didn't you?
What was?
Didn't you help?
Yeah.
Dave Stafford was having a lot of problems.
Yeah, I know.
With something with the delay in OBS. And it took him a long time to figure it out. It was either between OBS and his camera and OBS and the Helix. I'm not sure which it was, but he got it straightened out. Brian says he gets a delay between the video and audio when he uses the Q8 into OBS.
No matter what audio are you using? Are you using the Q8 audio or different audio?
The Q8 audio.
Did you use one of your other USB mics? Don't use that mic. See what happens. And there's a thing in there you can play around with. It might help latency for your mic. They got it. You can change the milliseconds or whatever it is, and it might help.
Doc says OBS defaults to 200 ms. You have to change it. Yeah, I think Brian does what I do is I have everything going into the my Behringer PA system mixer, and then the outs of that go into the quarter inch inputs of the Q8. So I'm getting decent quality sound, not as good as if I'd put it into a DAW and mixed it, did a final mix once I finished everything, and say I have Reaper, which I'm not using yet. I've had it for 6 months and I still haven't. That's pretty bad when you procrastinate by 6 months, eh? But
that's my favorite word.
Procrastinate, yeah. Well,
yeah.
I've always had that issue, but as I get older, it gets more. It's
it's
really
like
bad.
not that I don't have any time,
Yeah, that's all we have is time, and we don't use it.
but
But I
I'll be
try
you.
to. I try to do every day. I try to do something constructive.
Yeah, I
Today, I
cleaned
don't.
up some trash in here today. That was
Yeah,
constructive. I threw some trash
today I
away.
didn't really. I made a video today, so there you go.
Yeah, I saw it. I commented on it too.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate. I haven't got. I've been remiss at getting back right away on answering all my fans. You guys are sweet. Very nice to build up my ego in the comments. Do you really want super high quality video or local news people look horrible even with all? Oh, don't they? But let me tell you something. Squire Telecast. It's funny you say that. I remember we got our first high definition TV and watching the local news. It's like, oh my god, they
Yeah,
must have had an inch of
see,
makeup on. It was
yeah, you can see
incredible. You
it.
could
Yeah,
see every. Now you watch HD. It's all that. Although we got a new one, and what's really
4K.
cool, a new TV. I don't think it's 4K because the thing was
How
only
big is it?
it's 42 inches, but it was only like
Oh,
$300. It wasn't even
okay,
$300. We got it,
right.
wherever we got it. What's what's the electronics store now?
Best Buy,
Is
Best Buy.
it Best Buy? I guess it was Best Buy. And what's really cool is like you watch the Turner Classic movies, the old black and white movies, and they
Hmm.
actually look good, even though they're in black and white. They look good. They look much better. It's a smart TV, so it's kind of cool. I can watch YouTube on it. It's kind of
Do you
cool.
do you still have Bob Turk on your new and Marty Bass on your news?
Yeah. Marty asked. I saw him on uh, tonight. My wife had
I
when
don't
she was cooking had the news. But I think
actually.
Bob Turk's still there.
Comcast gives us 213 and 11, but
Do
they're not
they?
in But they're not in HD, and
Oh,
it
okay.
doesn't. I never get one. It doesn't look good. I never get one there. So I don't. I just don't know if you don't have it. I
Anything
mean,
above
we lost all the good ones are gone. Jerry Turner, and he's been going for years. But but I got this new TV, this 4K, this new Sony, and see, I took the I had bought originally bought a Samsung, and a long story short, it wasn't this. I took it was something wrong with Comcast, not Samsung. So I took it back for nothing. But I got the Sony, but it's got a much better picture, much brighter anyway. The only
coal.
thing what it doesn't have, I don't. It's got the Android operating system for these smart apps. I kind of like what the Samsung had better, and the Samsung had a better sharpness feature, whereas the one on the Sony I have up all the way. I can't go anymore, but it looks fine. It looks good.
Cool. Cool.
Yes, Frank, I did see that. I did watch a little bit of Steve from Boston. He bought one of those QLED, one of those real expensive ones, and I don't understand what kind of. He said it wouldn't work with his FiOS. I don't understand why he even needed FiOS. All you want to do is connect to their router, and why you I don't understand. And he knows stuff. Wait, he's an IT guy. He knows more than me, I'm sure. Steve,
I hope he didn't
but
have to take it. I hope he didn't buy it at Walmart online because we bought a TV when the COVID thing first started
mm-hmm,
because our old Sony was crapping out. It was about
mm-hmm,
20 years old, and my wife bought it online at Walmart. We picked it up
right,
at the one up on Route 40,
right,
brought it home, and in the bottom left hand corner, right about where it says Don here
mm-hmm,
on
right.
there was a little blue. It was something was broken because you had a little blue blotch.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we didn't want that, so we
No,
take it back to Walmart. Oh, we're not accepting returns at this time. Okay, so well, COVID not returning. Okay, cool. Uh, we go back a couple months later, and they are taking returns, but they wouldn't take a return because we didn't buy it from them. We bought it from Walmart online.
yeah, I know.
So listen to this. So my wife argued with the girl for about a half hour. I said I knew it wasn't going anywhere. I just took the TV. I'm carrying a goddamn thing. It's 40 some
Right,
inch TV. It wasn't that
yeah,
heavy, but it was.
right, yeah.
I took it back to the car, and she came out. So to make a long story short, she just called the credit card company and said, "Look, they won't take it back." Credit card company canceled
Yep.
it. We had a TV. Walmart didn't want it back. We put it out front with a sign for free because we went to Best
You
Buy's
got
and
your money back from the
we
credit
got
card
our
company.
yeah. We so somebody got a free TV with a little blotch in it, and it was a
Yeah,
smart
yeah.
TV. It was a nice TV. The picture was
Right.
great.
That's why my 5-year-old one, it got a bright spot in the middle. So that's why I just went. I gave it to my daughter and got a new one. Um,
But what a crock of shit. We paid $2,000 for that Sony 20 years ago, and now you can get a TV nicer than that one, an
yeah,
off-brand
a
name
lot
for
cheaper.
less than $300. You got to
Yeah,
be kidding me.
I got a 55-inch one. It was around $500, give or take a few, and it was 550. Then they had, if you charge it with their card, they give you 5% off. Plus they had
Right.
$30 gift card.
There
So
you go.
they were both the same. But the one I got 5 years ago, that was like $700. It wasn't even 4K. It was just 1080.
It's
But
amazing. Amazing. They get
yeah,
cheaper and fancier.
right. But it's like I have these issues because it's Comcast. The way the feed comes, it will get jittery. The not it will, what was that called? Like staggering video or stuttering video a little bit on certain channels. Not all of them,
Really?
but it's not that. Yeah, but it's don't do it on my 1080 TVs just or this TV. Just does it on the 4K TV. Actually, it did it. I have the not Roku. I have the Fire Stick on that TV,
Jesus.
and it did it on the Comcast app too when I was watching a channel there.
Brian, you got a 75-inch TV. What do you have, a movie theater in your new house? Cool. That's a big. I couldn't. I wasn't. I was. We weren't allowed to get a 55-inch. I wanted a big TV. I wanted a bigger one, but our living room's small, so can't
Yeah,
have
I
it too
couldn't.
big, I guess.
I can't. I have a 41 and a half inch table, so anything big's not going to fit on it. And actually, the first one, the Samsung we got, it barely fit on it, and the Sony, they're even in further, so that even fits better. And it's such a better built TV. It's like got metal legs. It was 50 pounds where the Samsung was 30 pounds. It's just, and it's brighter it's for the same price.
That would be so cool to have a room with a 75-inch TV watching YouTube videos.
Well, I watch it out there. See,
Do you?
I can go. Yeah, I'm out there. I can go up on my.
Yeah, I did it once, but I haven't. I keep forgetting to, that
I
I
got
forget
on
what
my
I have out
phone,
there.
and I can cast it to my TV, and plus it's a Android smart app TV. And you log when it's all tied into each other. But yeah, there's yeah, we have Netflix, we have Showtime, HBO, Hulu, and what's the other one? Prime. But sometimes sometimes there's nothing on. I'll just watch YouTube.
Well, my wife's about ready to give up Netflix because she can't find anything she really enjoys watching. And she maxed out all the shows that she found and watched all the seasons. And we had Hulu, but we got rid of that. I don't do it. I don't watch any TV. I watch old westerns.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll try to watch, like they said, there's no news anymore. I'll watch the politics on whatever channel I watch, and sports. But I don't watch much TV. I'm not into situation comedies and
Yeah, I
the
don't watch too many
movies.
sitcoms.
We got rid of HBO and Cinemax, but we still got Stars and Showtime and all. You got 30, 40 movie channels. I still can't find a movie to watch unless it's a rerun of My Cousin Vinny or
Yeah,
Caddyshack or some old.
something old. Well, I know I have HBO with HBO Max. I know I'm into those comic book movies. So they have
I like the
one.
superhero movies.
Yeah, super. So they have Wonder Woman that's coming out Christmas Day at the theaters if you can find a theater open. Plus HBO Max is going to have it, so I can get it for free. I'll be able to watch it on there.
There you go.
And we rented a couple. We saw one with Kevin Costner called I think it was called Let Him Go. And
That's a new one out. That's supposed to be good. Was it any good?
yeah, it was $20. We rented it off.
Yeah, you said
Comcast.
that
But
the
it
other
was
day.
it was worth it. It was very good. We liked it a lot. I wasn't crazy about the ending, but it was good. I like Kevin Costner.
Hold on a second. Hey, Janet, Mitch says that. No, she's not down. My wife chased my wife upstairs. That's okay. She got her sewing machine up there. She's up there crafting.
Yeah, I don't. Columbo. I started watching because of Dave, the other. I I actually started watching an episode of Columbus. I think one of the early ones, one of the like the pilots are real close. But it was
Columbo,
good. But I,
that was a car
I
business. That was a car business ploy. Like you're sitting there negotiating the deal, and they say you want 10,000 for the car. They want to pay 5,000. You go, all right, I'll take that offer back. And you start to leave the office, and you get up and you leave. And oh, by the way, would you consider putting more? You do the Columbo thing. By the way, and you pause. You got to pause.
Don's an ex car salesman. He knows all about it. The only thing I remember reading, you got to learn the holdback. What was the other things? All those different holdback things. And
here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you're going to buy a car, this is it in a nutshell. Do not have a trade. Have your own financing lined up. You've taken out two of the biggest variables out that the dealer can screw you on: the trade-in and the financing. Get your own financing if you can. Some people can't. It's understandable. And try not to have a trade, because what they'll do is they'll get you off of the price of what you want to buy and get you worrying about what you're getting for your trade-in. But where they really want to get you is to worry about what the payment is. So you forget all about what you're paying for the vehicle. You're just worried about the payment. So they'll add more years to it. They'll try to get you to put more money down to get you the payment you want. And all of a sudden, you don't realize it, but you never even got a discount on the car that you bought.
Right.
You don't wake up to all this stuff until you get home. And buying cars isn't like somebody coming and selling you a vacuum cleaner. I sold those too 50 years ago.
Did you?
But you can't cancel a car. Once you drive it over the curb, you pretty much own it.
Yeah.
So, but don't have all the leverage in your now you can do it the way my buddy does it. Is he says, no, I don't have a trade and I've got my own financing. And then once he gets the price he wants on the car he goes, by the way, just for kick, shits and giggles, what's my car worth? Now you bring the trade in and you know what you're actually getting for the trading, because they can't over allow on your trade because they've discounted the car or truck you're buying already. And then after you've got that settled, if you decide to trade it, hopefully you've gone to CarMax or you have an outlet to get rid of your trade. If you do have a trade, if you don't want to trade it in, sell it or whatever. And then then the crusher is saying, well, just for the heck of it, what can you do for me on financing? Because maybe they have better financing available than what you've lined up. But you have all the leverage at this point. In other words, you're controlling the sale. Don't let the dealer control the sale. They want to control you.
We've done it like that.
They want to control you. They don't want to they don't want you to know. They want you clueless. They want you all excited. It's a new car. I want to drive home.
I do get pissed off. My wife's got a 2017 Corolla. She got it at the local Toyota dealer in town. Right. And they don't tell you. They're selling you theft insurance. And they're trying to, they're making it's all profit for them. I said, I don't need that. I have insurance. I don't need that. And I said, what is this? And they don't they hardly even say anything about it.
Well, that's unethical, but a lot of that. Let me tell you something.
It is.
The biggest, car dealers and car salesmen we get a bad rap. In fact, I was at my mother-in-law's funeral, and my father-in-law's but my father-in-law got stuck here in World War II from Denmark. He was a merchant marine. Ended up staying in America, got married, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And him and two other Danes, they all worked for the same company. And two of them risked everything they had and had a very successful company, got very rich. Pop did well, but he didn't risk his money, so he didn't get in it. But he worked for him. They took good care of him. But one guy said at the viewing, goes, "Oh, you're a car salesman. You're right there at the bottom of the totem pole with the lawyers." Car sale. But anyway, the biggest piece of shit at a car dealership is the finance manager. He's everything out of his mouth is a lie. Can you get a better rate? No, I can't get a better. Yes, he can get a better rate if he wants to, but that he's making profit on the interest rate. Is that the best? Is that the best price you can give me for the extended warranty? Yeah, I can't sell it for any cheaper. He can sell it for cheaper. So
is that where the extended?
That's where they make all the money. They make a lot.
That and you get the undercoating crap and all that.
Well,
shit
they don't do too much of that as much anymore, but they try to sell you everything under the sun in the finance, because they're not making any money selling the car, because everybody can go online and get the the internet discount, and you could probably get more
Right.
discount after the internet price, blah, blah, blah. All right, what do we got here? My wife is dealing with a Hasidic diamond merchant. The salesman ends up making so many trips to the manager, they finally cave and gave her the price to get her out of there. There you go. And that's another way of buying a car. Just don't leave, but don't give in. And eventually
My wife's really good. She's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, Doc. Journalists and politicians do make me look very good. Thank you.
I have a 2013 CRV. I don't even have 100,000 miles. I don't even have 90,000 miles on it yet.
Right.
And I'll still get another 200,000 miles out of it, maybe, or 100.
My wife has the Honda HRV, the smaller. It's
a smaller one.
It's a smaller one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Margaret, she kind of looked at that, but it was still more than a Corolla. A little more. It was more than a Corolla.
Yeah.
But
Corolla's a nice little car. That's a good car.
As long as you're not fat like me, it's too little hard for me to get in and out of there. But
Alan Robinson, welcome to the chat. I didn't see you.
Hey, Alan.
Been here for a while. People to avoid: car salesmen, realtors, and contractors. Hey.
Probably salesman. Well, I told you I got into it when I was looking for. Well, I was looking for a Mazda Tribute at the time, right? 2004, and I went to Heritage on Rochestown Road.
Right.
And a salesman, I'm catching them in lies because I researched it all the time, and I don't know, I forgot what he pissed me off. And I said, "Let's go. We're going. What's the matter? What's the matter?" I'm going to Heritage. And then I went to Heritage Mazda it's not there anymore, but in Westminster. And
my wife had a Tribute. She loved her Tribute, but it broke down. Go ahead.
2004 I had. I didn't have it long though.
She had like a 97. It was, leather, heated seats, everything, but it broke down with 130,000 miles on 95 outside of Fredericksburg on the way to Richmond, Virginia for my youngest niece's wedding. So we had to get towed into a the closest dealer was right.
Oh, I think it
was about a mile. Yeah.
I think you told me about it. You traded in.
A Honda dealer we trade. Yeah. Well, they stole it, and my wife allowed them to do that. But,
oh, that's right. You weren't there.
Never mind her. I was there. I was sitting there. Never, your husband's only been selling cars for 30 years, and you're going to say, okay, without consulting with me. Oh, God.
Yeah. But that
I'm making sure she left.
At that time, the 2000, I think it was the same as the Ford Escape. That time.
Yeah. Tribute and the Escape were the same.
At that time.
The Mazda was fancier. It was nicer.
Right. But I think it's the only 6-cylinder. All the cars I ever had were 4-cylinder, but that one, and that was a 6-cylinder. So, but the gas started to get. It was only the best I would get like 21, 23 at the best. So I think I traded in for a 2006 CRV, where I went.
Listen to this guitar hack. I had a finance manager chewed me out for not using his financing after the deal was sealed. I told the sales guy, who was embarrassed by him, to get that asshole away from me. There you go. You got to do that sometimes. In fact, what you should have done, Hack, is you said, I want to see the goddamn general manager and say, if you don't give me another $500 off, I'm canceling the whole goddamn deal and going to the next dealership because they'll probably give me a better deal, and I don't like your finance manager. You should have used that as leverage, Hack, and renegotiated the deal. Finance managers, there's a lot of nice finance managers, but they are the biggest crooks in the dealership right now. Them and the service writers in service.
Hack was buying a car, and they yelled at you?
The finance manager yelled at him for not using the dealer's financing.
To a customer.
To him. To Hack.
Yeah, I would have been going. You wouldn't got a car from me. I mean,
exactly. I would have said, "F you. I'm out of here. I'm going to the next place."
I know it's tough business. It's a tough business selling cars. Don't you? You got to quote it and meet. It seems like there's very few of the same salespeople ever stay.
Let me tell you something. The worst words out of a customer's mouth is, "This is the first place we've been," because you have about a 2% chance of selling that person a car. And you got about a 5% chance of them coming back later and buying from it. Because once they get your price, they're going to the next place, and they're going to be, what? Oh, you went somewhere else. What's their price? All right, if I beat it by $100, sure, I'll buy it for $100 or $5, whatever it is. So really, and it's all luck of the draw who you wait on. Now, some dealerships, as a salesman, you have to wait your line, and it's an up system, so you have to wait. And guys, salesmen cheat, say, "Oh, that guy was service." You go out and talk to him and say, "Oh, he was just here for service. He's just looking. He's not really a customer." He was a customer, but the guy didn't like him, so he made him a not a. A lot of cheating, a lot of terrible business to get into. And now you can't make money in it selling cars. Back in the good old days, I got a brand new car to drive, demo, and made pretty good money. Not great money, but I could have made more money if I'd have been a piece of shit, but I wasn't. I was the guy. I worked a pay plan. Most of the pay plans, the more you sell, the more you make. So I didn't care what the price was. I'd give it away.
Mm. Well, do you remember the very first car that you bought? Very first brand new car? What was it?
1979 Pinto Pony.
Me too. I don't
know
if me.
79 Pinto. 4-cylinder, 4-speed stick shift, AM radio. I felt like king shit when my dad hung a cassette player underneath the dash.
I had a 79 Pinto. I got mine on Security Boulevard. It used to be Champion
back
4. Champion 4.
It's Coons Ford now, but yeah, Champion 4. Yeah. I bought mine from Bob Davidson Ford because I went to school with Bob Davidson. And, I found the paperwork after I was selling vacuum cleaners at the time. A year and a half later, I was selling cars, and I found the paperwork. I bought a 79 Pinto when the 2000 Pintos were out. I got no discount on the car. I got $50 from my old beat up Cadillac that I had bought for 2000 6 months before.
I had mine.
And he full listed me on I paid for undercoating and pinstripes. I paid I didn't care. I just, it was I've got, I put more money down to get to the $120 a month payment that my dad said, you got to have $120 a month car payment.
I think mine was like $96 a month or something like 3 years or something like it was only, the car was like $3,600 or whatever it was. But, and did you have any problems with yours? You know what I had problems with mine?
Never had a problem. More people.
Electronic ignition module. I must have replaced two or three of those. Yeah,
Mitch, I bought that car. I bought that car in '79 with the '80s coming out. So it was probably August, September of '79 that I bought it. The 2000s were the 1980s were out.
Yeah.
And in August of '80, I started selling cars. So I barely had that car a year, and now I'm driving a brand new Oldsmobile. More of my friends drove that car when they didn't have a car to drive. I just let them, back in the '80s, you didn't think about letting somebody drive your car. Today, if you let somebody drive your car, you're nuts because they get in an accident. They're going to get sued. Your insurance company's going to get sued. And then you're going to get sued because you let somebody drive your car that wasn't insured to drive your car. So.
I had it for 3 or 4 years. It had maybe 40,000 when I got rid of it. I traded in for '83 Toyota Tercel. And that was my
wife had it herself. Nice car.
I think another 4-speed right on the column.
Yeah.
We took that to Florida. It was getting 39 miles to a gallon back in 1984.
Oh yeah.
1984. I think it cost me $100 round trip for gas.
6-string Brian had one. Hey, Daniel Horsley. Hey, we were talking earlier. Daniel, I want you to go check out a guy if you're not subscribed to him. Moot. Moot. He just did a jam to a backing track, did a real good job. The backing track is basically the jam of Blue Sky, which is funny because I think I told you that had been messing around with Blue Sky. I was getting ready to do a video on it, but every time I went up there, it's so cold upstairs. I just couldn't get into it. So I did a blues thing today. But anyway, Daniel, I'm gonna do this, probably use this backing track, but I'm gonna play some of the few notes that I know of Blue Sky and then jam to it. But I'm also going to throw in a lick from another song. It's a Southern rock band, and see if you recognize. Dan, you'd be about the only guy that might know the song. And so anyway, stay tuned, Daniel, for a video coming up. We lost Mitch. Here's Mitch.
No, I was there.
Oh, okay.
I'm the camera guy too.
Hi. And Francis has joined us. Hey, Francis. And Hugh Caldwell. Hugh, nice video. You and Laurie, man. You were that.
Yeah, you got a thing going on there.
Touch Me, Baby. That's a great song. I was telling Mitch earlier, I remember buying that 45, Touch Me by the Doors. They did a great cover. Mitch and Laurie. I mean, not Mitch. Hugh and Laurie. 77 Pinto wagon. I remember Pinto wagons.
Mm-hmm. Actually,
Broadsided on that. My dad was backing into our. Oh my God! Was anybody hurt, Ed? Jesus Christ!
actually, I had a Vega too. I had a Vega and a Chevette at one time, used ones.
Hey, Daniel, if I start drinking some more vodka, I'm not going to have another one now. But if I start drinking some more vodka during the hippie show later, I might go do it. I might do it if I get good enough buzz. Might motivate me to do another video. Start rapid firing some videos. And
Oh, you
Mitch,
got to
we want a video by. I expect a video by the end of next week. By next
by
Tuesday,
the
you
by
have
the
to have a
weekend.
video up.
All right, I'll have something.
You
up.
got to do
'Cause
something.
I might be shoveling snow like 24/7, 24 hours.
Go easy. Go
beginning.
easy.
That's what I
Don't
said
hurt
to
your
Mark.
back.
What I'll do is, because I don't have a whole lot, I brought the trash cans up by the steps. So we got a little path to the driveway, and just around the cars at the door and behind the driveway where the plow's gonna block me in. I'll have to clear that. So I didn't take my snow. I gave my snow blower away, but it wasn't. I had a snow blower. It was about 10 years. It started losing power.
You don't need a snow blower where you're at now, do you?
No, I hope not. It depends how much pain I'm in to see what happens tomorrow.
Right.
Because I got to bend down. I got this extra 80 pounds to lift up on my stomach.
Well, if it gets too bad, you need help. Call me and I'll come up.
Oh no, I would not.
I'll come up there. I'll wear a mask.
You're probably about 45 miles from me, maybe.
An hour, not even. Let's see. It's about half hour to Westminster. 25 minutes, depending on traffic. Actually, with traffic now, I can probably make it 20 minutes to West. How far are you from Westminster?
We're now probably about 27, 28 miles.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. You're an hour
because
away.
It was when I lived on South Hanover. It was about 17 miles from me. And we're 11
okay.
miles north, further north.
Wow. That's cool.
But we went on South Hanover today. We haven't been out there in a while. My wife had to get her medicine. She uses South Hanover Walmart, where I use the North, which is right next to it, North Hanover Walmart. But she likes that Walmart better, so we did her shopping out there today.
Make her happy. Make her happy, dude.
Yeah. It's a little cleaner in that Walmart.
The key to life. Make your woman happy. And life is good. Happy. That's the best saying I've ever heard is happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, I have to get motivated.
I fail about 80% of the time, but that 20% when I get it right, sweet.
I think I'll be playing this again. I haven't played this in a while.
That's the one you want to get rid of?
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Do you change pickups on that one?
I didn't do it. No, Hack changed his.
Oh, that's right. Hack did. Yeah, he got rid of his.
Yeah, he got rid of his. But this thing plays so easy to play. I like the 24 frets. But it doesn't have the. I like that binding. This does not have the binding on it. What Hack's did. But if the pickups just sounded better. That's the only thing. They like die out.
I think here's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna probably get rid of my PRS with the EMGs because they're no good. They don't do me any good. I love that guitar, but this is the one that I won from Caesar. It's the what the hell is it? The Chapman guitar. It's one from Caesar. I think this is the guitar. This has got 24 frets. It's kind of cool. This is a heavy goddamn guitar. I'll tell you that. It doesn't look. It's not very fat, but it's heavy. But I think I'm going to get the Blue Sky Sheptone pickups and have my buddy Jesse put them in because he knows how to do all that stuff. Yeah, spacey, jazzy, bluesy. He says he's gonna take a crack at that backing track that I just did.
It's a
nice bluesy backing track in G minor. It's cool. It's
action real nice. Was it set up perfectly when you got it?
Caesar did it. He did a whole video once.
I figured.
He sent it to me, and
so it's going to be good.
Yeah,
because I tried one a Chapman guitar that Frank let me borrow. I didn't like it at all.
Well, it's a little thin. It's kind of like my Epiphone Dot. It's side to side. I don't know how you call it, but like you can even see here at around the first fret.
Mm-hmm.
See how skinny it is? It's very skinny. from this side to this from across. So whatever that dimension or whatever specification is, it's thinner than I like. But
Okay.
this is I'm downstairs, so this is what I play through a little tiny. Anybody wants a good little practice amp? Let's see if this will reach without destroying things. Can I get this in? This is a little Vox Mini. It's got about 10 different amp settings. It's got delay, chorus. It's got chorus or compression, flanger or tremolo on one button. It's got taped echo or delay or reverb on another button. I have a lot of fun with it. So I have a looper and a tuner hooked up to it.
Can you hook it up to the computer too, USB via USB?
No. I can go.
Okay.
I have an auxiliary in, but I can probably go out the headphone jack.
Yeah.
Into the computer, but I'm not using it for that. Anything I do that's going to go through the key is upstairs. Up where you see me when I do my videos. Because I think I get decent sound going directly from the mixer of my PA into the back of the Q8.
Yeah, that works out. What you got going, I wouldn't change anything.
I was hoping who's the guy? Laz, music therapy. I got to check and see. He got a Trio Plus. To me, the Trio Plus is the ultimate looper. The problem with loopers for me is if you record your chords into the looper, let's say you're going to do All Along the Watchtower, A minor, G to F and back, and you loop that using a nice lush chorus or clean tone for the chords, or even if you want to do overdriven chords. But let's say you loop a chords into the looper.
So it changes everything.
Yeah, and then you want to play a distorted, delayed lead on top of it. Now you have a distorted, delayed chord.
See, I do all
to match.
Whereas
the Trio Plus, you don't have that issue.
No, I'm not using hardware. I'm using software. If I can record a rhythm, and then I play over it with whatever effect I want. It's not going to affect that. It's a second track.
What do you record it into? OBS?
I can do it in OBS. I can do it in I can do it in Reaper. I can do it in anything.
Oh, okay.
Or Audacity. I'll use Audacity.
Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So I don't use a mechanical.
But I feel sorry for the people like Weed. He probably got he got a looper, but he doesn't use it that much because I'm sure he has that same problem. He wants to lay down what he's going to jam to with one tone coming out of the guitar. And then when he wants to shred, he wants to get some overdrive and, maybe delay or reverb or whatever effects he wants to use. Now your chords are all muddied up with that same effect.
See, talk to 6-string Brian. He would know how to do that. He knows how to do all this stuff. And Dave Stafford, he's really good at it.
PRS wide thin. I'm not. Scale was putting.
Oh, his PRS.
Okay. Beef stew sound. Okay, they're talking dinner.
Let me put one.
See, once you get talking on these things, once you get into talking, you forget about the chat. I'm neglecting. Did anybody else come in? All right, Gary left. Beef stew. I had.
Here's my Ibanez, but you're not going to be able to see the front of it. Oh, it's worked because of the green.
That's
screen.
Cool.
Let me turn off the green so you'll see the actual color of it.
The fireplace is on your guitar.
Yeah, I have to turn it off because it's the same. It's
that
the
looks
same.
Cool.
It's the same color. Let me see. Prop filters. Turn off chroma key. There you go. Turn it off for a bit. Can you see it? Can you see the color?
Yeah. Well, it looks blue. It's green, isn't it?
It is. It's a bluish green. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was green.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start playing this. It's light too, not heavy either. Probably the lightest guitar I have.
Nelson, you chopping up some oregano, eh? How does that smoke? PRS pattern thin. If I could get that on every guitar, I would. Pattern. I don't see. Now pattern thin. Is it thin front to back? And is it wide, left to right? See, that's what I get mixed up on a guitar. In other words, you got two things here on the neck. You've got from this point to this, from the first string to the sixth string, or the sixth string to the first string, whichever way you count them. And then you have from the front to the back. Like my Telecaster's it's almost like a baseball bat from the front to the back. But my Les Paul's fairly flat. Well, it's a little bit C-shaped. And this one's very flat, but it's weird flat. It took me a long time to get used to this Harley. No, the Chapman. I get Chapman and Harley Benton mixed up. This is a Chapman.
Turn it sideways so we can see how thick it. There you go. Oh yeah.
This isn't thick. But it's like U-shaped. So it's got a little bit of girth coming down in the very middle, but the edges are thinner. It's really round, very round, but it's not real fat. It's easy to play. Easy to play, fast neck, but I don't like the pickups. The pickups don't sound that good.
This is similar, except it's not white.
Even with all the crap, all the shit that I put on I process the hell out of my sound, so it wouldn't matter what guitar I'm playing; it's going to sound the same pretty much. That looks pretty fat.
It
looks chunky. That looks chunky.
It's definitely got some weight to it. It's not as fat as the like Les Paul or anything, but
the 6 to first wide, front to back thin. 6 to first wide, front to back thin. Okay, I got you. Thanks, Hugh. All right, that makes sense. So, all right. Well, look, we're closing in on Hippie's time. He's coming up at 10. And I think we should call it a night. Thanks, everybody. At least if you want to stay on.
No, I'm done. Okay. It was fun. I mean, do it again. It's enjoyable. There's no pressure, and
hey, one last thing I want to mention. If you guys are all looking for something to watch instead of TV, there are great videos on a site called Musicians Hall of Fame. Do a search on that. Musicians Hall of Fame. Guy named Joe somebody used to have a big music store down in Nashville, and he produced some songs. He was famous for about 15 minutes, but he knew all the big Nashville players. He had a music store. They all came into his store. And Joe, I forget his last name, but very cool channel. He does interviews with all kinds of big stars from the past. A lot of the session players, the guys, the LA studio guys, the Nashville studio guys, the Muscle Shoals studio guys. Very interesting. Musicians Hall of Fame. And
I'll check it out too.
Doc, I will have several more drinks while the hippie's doing, and then I might do another jam tonight. So I'm going
to do something. I'm going to watch Little TV with the wife a little bit.
There you
go. I'm going to start playing with these jam tracks, probably with the BRS.
All right. Well, it looks like we got a thing going here for Tuesday nights. I'm very honored to be the co-host with Mitch.
I'm honored that you're doing it.
Yeah, and we thank everybody for coming in. I don't think we missed anybody, but if we did, hey, we're two old guys that, we're just old guys, right, Mitch?
Well, at least one old guy. One old guy, at least.
Well, I got you by. How old are you?
65.
Oh, you are older than I am. Damn.
We had 17 watching, 13 thumbs up. Very good. Thanks, guys. So, all right. So we're going to cut it out. Thanks, everybody. And
all right, guys. Thanks again. Mitch, I want to ask you a question. Yeah.
Okay. I'm ending the broadcast. Joe, Hugh, the Padded Pedal Room, the Dog Paw Squire Telecaster, Daniel, Kim, Six String, Brian, Guitar Hack, Joe Rubio, the Dog Paw, everybody. And if I miss you, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate this.
See y'all next Tuesday. Or another chat.
See ya.